Good day, my name is Mark Malore. I've got a number of clients in Joshua Tree that are having financial difficulties and facing the thought of filing bankruptcy. So I thought it helpful to put together, for those of you out in Joshua Tree, some of the distinctions between filing a Chapter 7 and Chapter 13 bankruptcy if you're considering something like that. The first distinction to make between a Chapter 7 and Chapter 13 is that of time. A Chapter 7 can be resolved in about 90 to 120 days from the date of filing. A Chapter 13, however, takes 3 to 5 years to complete. You might ask, what is the distinction? Why does it take longer, and why would I even file a Chapter 13 if it takes that long to do? The reason for that is that a Chapter 7, you must qualify for filing a Chapter 7 with what's called a means test. A Chapter 13 requires no means test. What is the means test? The means test, it looks at the California median income, which is statutorily provided for, looks at your dependents and your deductions from that income, your annual income, and then looks to see if you fall below the California statutory median income. If you fall below it, you can file a Chapter 7. If you fall above it, you're relegated to a Chapter 13. Then you still might ask, well, why does it take so long under Chapter 13? The reason for that is the big distinction between a Chapter 7 and Chapter 13 is, and that is under Chapter 13, it's a repayment program to your creditors. Chapter 7 is a discharge of all your debt, which is why it only takes 90 to 120 days. Chapter 13, you're repaying a portion of that debt to the creditors, whether that's 10 cents on the dollar or 90 cents on the dollar. You're repaying that over a 3 to 5 year period, and that period will depend on what the trustee assigns to you. But nonetheless, you have a repayment program for repaying that debt back to the creditors. And then finally, one distinction I'd like to point out, because I have this come up quite often, and that is the issue of lien stripping. If you've paid attention to bankruptcy rules out there and you have a home encumbered by a first and a second mortgage, you understand that by filing a bankruptcy you can do a process called lien stripping, which means strip the second from your home and give your home an immediate injection of that equity back into the property. However, the only way to do a lien stripping process is under a Chapter 13 repayment bankruptcy, not in a Chapter 7. I've had a number of clients come into my office wanting us to assist them in a Chapter 7 bankruptcy in lien stripping their home after the discharge, and that's something we just can't do. The law doesn't allow for it. You can only get lien stripping in a Chapter 13 by filing a motion to strip, having that approved by the court, following through with your repayment program, and after you do, then the court will strip the lien from your home and you'll have that immediate injection of equity back into your property. If you're facing that issue, you're having some creditors, financial difficulties, and you've got a second on your home, Chapter 13 might be something for you. If you have circumstances, assets you want to protect, things that you want to talk about, feel free to call my office and set up an appointment. We'd be happy to assist you.